Good afternoon, everyone. Jonathan Davis here with Davis AutoSports. Very excited to update you guys on a progress build that we have going on. This is going to end up being a stage 5, 6 sort of hybrid mixture between the two. Couple quick notes for you guys. These wheels and tires are not the wheels and tires that are going to be the final setup on this Jeep. Same thing with the bumper. We just threw some wheels and tires and a bumper on for some preliminary pictures for this pre-listing. The biggest thing that we're really going to concentrate on this pre-listing is the overall paint that we did, and we'll go through a lot of the build, but the full build sheet will be on our website and our eBay page, so please make sure you check that out. I'll go over the big stuff here on the video, but all the little details will be on the build sheet. On the exterior, the biggest thing that we did is we did a complete color change on this. You are looking at the new Toyota TRD Tacoma concrete gray. Initially, from different angles, it looks to be a sort of flat non-metallic paint, and it actually has a metallic. As we walk around to the other side, I will get close up on it. Obviously, this thing is in a just out of the paint shop sort of condition. We haven't put the fender flares back on, all the glass is out, all the trim is off, all the bumpers are off, all the lights are off. We sort of just put together what we could for this video just to show you guys where we are with it. We spent 4 weeks in our body and paint shop redoing this color change. It is when you change a complete color of a vehicle, it's extremely time consuming if you do it the right way, and of course this Jeep has been done the right way. We're going to finish this Jeep with a lot of black accent pieces, black bushwhacker flares. We're going to do our Kevlar on the bottom. We're going to do our Kevlar on the raised portions of the hood, the roof, the center part of the grille. That's why you see that it's not completely painted. Even though this Jeep has a brand new paint job, we will still go through and do our full paint correction service. What that does is it sands down a very thin layer of the clear coat, makes the clear coat completely flat, and gives it an absolute showroom finish. The undertaking of this paint job was very, very tedious. As you'll notice, every single belt molding, glass, handle, door lock, flare was taken off. The doors were taken off when it was painted. The hood was taken off. The only thing that remained on this Jeep when it was painted was obviously the rear quarter, and that's really it. Everything else was completely taken off of the Jeep. We'll wait for the sun to come back out so you can really see that this Jeep actually, this color I should say, has a really, really nice metallic. As we're waiting for the sun to come out, this is a long arm suspension lift. It's about 4.5, 5 inches. Right now we have a set of dummy wheels and tires. These are 35s. We typically put this on our TJ and LJs. We are not gonna have a 35 on this. We're gonna have a 295/70/17, which is closer to a 34. It's about a 33.8, so it's gonna have a smaller tire. It's not gonna be as wide, but we are gonna have extended flares on there as well. While we're waiting for this sun to come out, I'm going to go ahead and open the doors and show you some more detail on the paintwork. Alrighty, so as mentioned earlier, when we did a color change on this, it is done the correct way. We have 4 weeks just in the color change on this. Every single nook and cranny on this Jeep is completely painted. We obviously took the inner door panels off, brought the paint all the way around, brought the clear coat all the way around. Not only did we bring the paint around, but take a look at the finish. A lot of body shops, even when they color change and they bring the color around, they don't spend as much detail on the finish, on the door jambs and everything else, because it's just really not shown as much. All the weather stripping was completely removed all the way around. I have my wallet propping up the door because even all the mechanisms inside were removed as well. And we did a light sealing of the Kevlar already. That's going to go up, and that's going to be up on the doors as well. So if you're wondering what this is, we put a sealer on it right away and sand it down. That way it doesn't get any premature surface rust, because it's bare metal, and if it doesn't get done right away, it'll start to do that. So that's why that's there. This paint here on all the jambs and inside the doors actually looks way better than factory, because factory doesn't even take the time to prep it and finish it as nice as this, and they don't bring the paint all the way around as we did either. All the windows were removed. You won't find any tape lines. There was no tape used during the painting process unless we were covering up gaps so paint didn't get in areas, if you can see my hand, areas like that. All these holes would have been backfilled with tape as well. The inside, even though that is completely covered up with the panel, all of that has been painted as well. Hood was obviously removed, and check out the finish on the hood. It is just as nice as the exterior. I'm going to tell you guys, if you were to bring any vehicle to the body shop and get a paint job like this with this quality paint, this amount of work and detail that went into it, you're easily going to spend 10, 11, 12 plus thousands of dollars just because of the amount of time for a true high quality color change. So while we're over here, the sun is out. I hope that we're able to pick up some of the metallic that's in the paint. A lot of people think this paint from a distance is flat, and what I mean by flat is not the finish. Obviously it has clear coat, but a flat non-metallic paint. And as you see, it actually has a really beautiful metallic. Cool thing about this paint, from different lighting, it doesn't have flop to it whatsoever, but from some lighting it looks like a very pale gray. It can have hues of actually a bluish gray at times. If you look up this color on Google, all you have to put in there is Toyota Tacoma concrete gray, and you'll see many variations. It's all the same color, just depending on the lighting that you see. Front windshield was completely removed as well. Paint goes all the way around the edge, and that's it with everything. Hinges on the hood were painted. There's not one part of this Jeep where we don't have brand new paint. Probably get a good shot of the metallic right there. Another good thing about not having tape lines on a vehicle, besides them not looking good, is there's no edge of where the paint ends. Therefore, it lasts a very, very long time. Most paint jobs on a vehicle, and I'll give you an example for many of you guys, you know what I'm talking about. Some of you guys may not. So we removed this window here in the trim for just the reason of not having a tape line. So if this window was here, the trim goes all the way around. Typical body shop puts a piece of tape here, and when they spray, obviously it stops where the line of tape is. You then remove the tape and you have a hard paint line. This part of it obviously won't look any different. You may see the line, it gets built up dirt in it. That may not be the best looking thing, but most importantly, what happens is since there's a hard edge right there, the paint in clear coat has the ability to start chipping away. Anytime there's a endpoint to paint, you're giving it an opportunity to water to get down in it. The clear coat will start to bubble. It can even, get through the primer if it's not sealed properly and begin to rust. So with the flow of the paint going all the way around and no edge for it to start having those imperfections, this paint on this Jeep will look as good as it can possibly look years down the road. And factory paint, that's why they always say factory paint is the best, and it's true in a lot of circumstances and situations. It's because of that. There's no hard lines. So as you see, it paint actually has a beautiful, beautiful metallic. But from a distance over here, it doesn't have your typical metallic that you see from a distance. So obviously on this Jeep, when we went through and painted it, any imperfection in the body obviously was worked out and everything else. So real quick, as you guys see, paint job is top notch, cannot get any better. We'll go through some of the mechanical stuff. That's not really what this video is about. Brand new engine top to bottom, new cylinder head, camshaft, crankshaft, rings, rod. I mean, a complete engine. We'll have a complete build sheet on the site for that. Going through the cooling system, it's all brand new. Radiator, water pump, thermostat, all that good stuff. The entire exhaust system is new. Long arm suspension, 4.5, 5-inch lift, Fox shocks. Most of the front end components up front are all going to be Rubicon Express track bar, tie rod bars, Rubicon Express quick disconnect, heavy duty sway bar end links. We have 456 gears, Yukon front and rear, ARB locker in the rear, slip yoke eliminator, upgraded drive shafts, many other upgraded parts as you see, K&N intake. Brake system is all new as well. Also upgraded the rear brakes to the factory shoes and drums. It now has a full set of disc, rotors, calipers, pads. Front rotors are drilled and slotted. Obviously full custom interior as well. We have our DAS custom two-tone leather seats, heated seats. Obviously, you guys probably heard me say this a million times. We built up the bolsters on the seats, so those are all brand new. You have your heated controls right here, your controls for your lights, full navigation, backup camera, upgraded sound system. But like I said, we'll get into all that on the actual build sheet. I just wanted you guys to get a good glimpse of the paint. If you take a look in there, there's a shot of the brand new upgraded rear brakes. Complete drive line, obviously, when we do the gears and the differential, that's all brand new and all new fluids. When we do the slip yoke, that's all done in the transfer case as well. There's a million other little small things on this. And so let me just sort of walk you guys through real quick what we're going to end up doing to wrap this thing up, just to give you an idea. And I will say that this Jeep is, as of right now, up for sale. Now, one of the beauties of buying a Jeep like this before we're absolutely done with it is that you have the ability to let us know exactly what parts you want us to finish it up with. So in addition to everything I just blurted out, brand new AC and heat system, new compressor. Take a look up front. AC condenser, receiver dryer, orifice tube, evaporator, heater core. This thing is a full-blown restoration. There's going to be a couple things that are original on it, door handles, axle housings, stuff of that nature, but it's pretty much a full-blown build. So where we are with this right now, we're obviously changing the wheels and tires. We're going to plan on having a set of black wheels. These are our DAS graphite wheels. They do go kind of good with it, but it's sort of two different tones of grays. Once again, you can decide if you buy it now what wheels and tires you want. We're going to go with a 33 to 34 inch tire. We are going to install, and we've already started to trim. We did the trimming for the fender flares before we painted. We're not going to paint then cut, so we cut. Flat style bushwhacker flares are going to go on there. We're going to Kevlar the bottom rocker panel. We're going to Kevlar the raised portions of our hood as we typically do, and it's going to come down the header panel at an angle. The final bumper is undecided yet. We are going to have a synthetic winch on here. Of course, we're going to have LED lighting. Up top on the roof, we're going to have a really nice roof rack up there with some accessories as well. The Jeep looks very, very, very funky right now due to it being halfway done. Things aren't on it. It looks very bare, but once this thing starts to come together, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Probably do some sort of rocker slider on there as well. All the glass will obviously make its way in. All the trim around the glass will make its way in as well. The door handles will be new going on there. ARB front and rear diff covers, all stainless steel brake lines. There you guys go. We'll do another progress report if it doesn't sell in a couple weeks, but our goal right now is obviously to sell the Jeep. During the next couple weeks, we're not going to update it every time we do a small thing, so the next update from here will be the finished product. We went through more than I was expecting to on this video. A couple other things that we're going to change on the finished product. We're not going to have bright amber marker lights. They are going to be smoked. So a lot of things are going to get done to this thing and really make it beautiful. On the roof rack, we're probably going to go with a very thin LED light bar in the front, perhaps one in the back. But once again, take a look at the build sheet. It will be very accurate as to what we have done and what we are to do. Any question, guys, you know how to reach us, davisautosports.com. Also, make sure to check out our Instagram, Davis Autosports as well. Thank you.